We're Nicki and Carlo and we live in Positano, Italy, except we also just bought a house in Tuscany, which we're currently renovating, so we live there too. Join us as we turn this house and olive grove into a dream home and get to grips with living in two different parts of Italy.
It was the end of March and we were back in Positano for a couple of weeks. Just enough time to see friends, spend time with family, get a few jobs done and enjoy some fresh sea air.
Good morning. I'm on my way down into town with a massive rucksack on my back and another big bag here. So basically yesterday, Sky and I had a big clothes clear out of all the clothes that we don't wear anymore. And we ended up with about 8 bags full that we have to get rid of. And there's a clothes bank down in town. I'll get rid of all of these and then we're going down into the town centre because today is Palm Sunday and it's a really nice atmosphere. Everybody's down there with with olive branches actually, and they have a benediction or a blessing in the square at Molini, and it's quite a nice little event and it's lovely and sunny today as well. I think the last few years that we've done this it's been pretty miserable weather, so it should be a nice day. So obviously everybody is coming down the steps carrying olive branches. I haven't got one, I already had enough to carry. I've actually just met Carlo and given him the bags and he's gone off to dump them at the clothes bank. There's no point all of us going, there wasn't enough room on the scooter because that bag was rather large. So I'm now walking down with Holly and we'll all meet down there somewhere.
Palm Sunday is an important day in the Catholic calendar that marks the beginning of Holy Week, the days leading up to Easter. Traditionally, palm branches are blessed in remembrance of the story of Jesus entering Jerusalem, where crowds welcomed him by laying palm leaves in his path. Here on the Amalfi Coast, where palm leaves are rare, people carry beautifully decorated olive branches instead, a symbol of peace and renewal. This morning, residents gathered in the piazza with their branches for an open-air mass, continuing a tradition that has been part of Italian village life for generations. Even if you're not religious, it's a beautiful moment of community, tradition, and the quiet rhythm of local life.
Aspetta, Carlo!
Okay, now we're sorted. Okay. Right, it's clearing out now. Some people have gone to church and some people have gone to the beach, I reckon. But look at the porter trucks, decorated for Easter with their olive branches full of cheeses, breads, hams, salamis. Happy puppy!
Yeah, to buy this
Yeah, 100.
Oh, you manage as well.
La villa di Zeppireni, l'isola dei Galli per 195 milioni.
Today was supposed to be grey and cloudy, and I was going to stay at home and just pot around, just get a few things done. But then we woke up to blue skies, and I said straight away, I need to come up to this little viewpoint that we know of and just be here and just see the view with the sun and just spend some time here. So we brought Paul and Cara with us, and they're absolutely loving it. And we're having lots of great conversations, which is just really so good for us, I think. It's just really nice to be able to click with somebody and just walk and talk and discuss experiences. And I'm coming up to a viewpoint. I'm going to have to flip the camera around. You really shouldn't be looking at me. Hold on. I'm walking up this pathway, and basically I've come to this point here, and you can see all the way down the Sorrento Peninsula, and that's Capri at the end there. You can see the Fariglioni off in the mist. And down there, you see the little island down there. That's currently for sale. I think it's rather expensive. I was just saying, it's so nice to be able to walk and talk, and I think it's so good for us to get out with somebody and have a walk and just be able to talk about whatever you feel like, whether it's life changes, or how you're feeling, or what your plans are for the future, what your dreams are. And I just think it's like almost natural therapy. I've never gone to therapy before. So this is what me and Carlo do. I mean, we love to go out for a walk in the morning, and we will hash things through and talk about all sorts of things together. And I feel like it's really good for our relationship, but it's also nice when we do it with other people, so we can get a different conversation. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I'm going to shut up now and let you see some more of the views.
No more beauty or artificial beauty.
That's it.
It's nasty.
Yeah, it's a rock. One.
Irish one, Paul.
What's the Irish one?
The sláinte?
Yeah.
Oh, just the sláinte.
Yes, sláinte.
Sláinte.
This is easy.
Sláinte.
I gave it sláinte. Now, the Italian one.
No, Napolitan.
The Napolitan one.
The Neapolitan one, okay.
Yeah, it's easy.
I have to listen to you first.
Yeah, Aisa Isa is,
Aisa, Isa, Is.
Agala Gala Gala,
Agala, Gala, Gal.
Acosta Costa Costa,
Costa, Costa, Cost.
a saluda nos.
A saluta nos.
Nos. Right? Okay, very good. Wow.
We had a few errands to do in town, so decided to walk down, but to go the long way round. It's a pretty quiet mountain pathway with sea views, lemon groves and wisteria that's currently in flower. We stopped at the hardware store for a couple of items and a chat with a cousin.
Ciao.
On into town, which is already getting busier by the day. It's the beginning of April now, and the season has begun. Visitors are arriving, boats are appearing in the bay, and shops and restaurants are open again. I also had to pick up an order from the pharmacy, locally made treats for our retreat guests for later this summer.
Ok, Nicki. Quanti sono? Sono 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 e 15.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15.
Perfetto.
We take a quick walk on the beach, knowing that next time we come, the beach clubs will be open and there'll be no room to play.
Got it. What are you doing?
I love you. But keep fine. You so stupid. You are so stupid.
Now what are you inventing?
Siccome dobbiamo mettere la rete che va sotto, se no i cinghiali ci scavano un po' e passano, almeno un 40 centimetri. Ma questa è troppo larga, farò un buco enorme e poi i pali non si mantengono. Sto pensando di saldare questo qui, penso che sia, se riesco a saldare abbastanza bene che la saldatura tiene, così faccio un buco più piccolo.
Do you think it'll work?
Non lo so, posso fare una prova, quello
Ok.
che faccio è fare una prova. Mi serve la saldatrice, lo saldo qui e poi dopo lo rimuovo.
Let's say if you take this off, can you dig with just this bit?
No, amore. No, non lo posso fare.
Holy poo!
E l'amore?
Oh. Ini. Ini. Holy. Ini. Ini. Ini.
This is what we do. We filming. Even first in the morning and without the right things in mind. So.
So last night, Carlo carried on until it was dark, and he's actually finished building this trench. Now, he started with his little invention of the metal tube, which worked fairly well until he got to a certain point. Where did he get to? Where there was a tree root and it snapped. I think it was about here somewhere. So yes, it snapped here. I always put the fence posts in. And he started just using the digger with the little bucket, and he's finished it. So after lunch, Giovanni is coming round and we're going to put the fencing in.
Quelle piante bellissime.
Sei venuto a vedere lì?
No, non è la cascia.
Sei venuto qui, Antonio.
So Benito has just come over. I think we woke him up from his afternoon nap and had a look and said, "What are you doing? You're doing it all wrong." So basically what he said is that the posts, which we've just basically stuck in the holes for now, if we leave them like this, they will rot in the next 2 or 3 years. So we need to get the wood treated, and we could either take off the bark and then paint tar onto the part of the wood that's going underground, or burn it the Japanese way that they do it, to sort of like make it really, really rock hard, like almost not calcify, what's the word? Fossilize it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a fire somewhere and we're going to put the ends of the wood in, and they just need to sort of carbonize and then plunge it in cold water, and that should be fine and that should work. So the other bonus is that for the fire, because Carlo this morning has literally lit about 5 fires around the property and burnt all the olive trimmings that he did, which is a shame because that would have been perfect, and we could have done it this morning if we'd thought about it. But Giovanni's here, he's got his long pole, so he can just go and cut some olive branches and prune some olive trees while we're at it. Brilliant.
cosa perché di qua ci si passa anche con la macchina. Però lì adesso ci vuole un
Facciamo qua, no?
Lì conviene collegarsi lì.
Chi vuole passare qua? Si deve passare di lì.
Ha ragione, lì si passa di lì e poi ci si può passare anche col trattore. E lì.
È successo che questo non si chiude.
So we're going to have to move one of these big water tanks, this middle one, this one here, because it's right where we need to put the end of the fence. What's the matter?
Niente, non è successo niente.
Trouble is it's full, so we've got to try and link up a hose pipe and get the water out of it, which has probably been there for years.
Questo si mette a quell'altro e così ci si...
Se era di metallo col cavolo.
Quanto andava?
È completamente marcito.
Ma deve ritagliare, no? Là?
Sì.
Allora qui quando veniamo a zappare? Dobbiamo zappare a 30-40 cm qui?
No.
Sì, è un po' troppo...
La zeppa.
Se no aspetta, spingo quello più giù, lo spingiamo più giù, dai. Aspetta, vado a prendere 2 viti.
Levo la mano. Bagni.
Ah, giusto. Ma nemmeno quello l'ho bagnato.
No.
Questo ha bruciato meglio, non di più, meglio. Ok, questo potrei anche provare a mettere la vite di qua. Non so se è una buona idea.
At the end of the day, all the fence posts were in, set into the mud, and we just had to wait for them to harden before we could attach the fencing. I know there's going to be lots of questions about why we haven't used cement to keep the fence posts steady in the ground. The reason is we're in Italy and we're not allowed to use cement. If you use cement for any projects in the garden, you have to go and get permission, building permission from the local town hall. And we don't really want to do that. It's complicated, long process, probably would cost a load of money. So it's easier just to do it the traditional way and set everything in mud, which is what we've been doing. There's a lot of questions about this garden project. People seem to be very interested in it. And what are we doing? What are we growing? What's the soil conditions like? What are our plans? And I think I've got enough questions to make an extra video where I can sit down with Carlo and we'll explain exactly what our projects are and everything else you want to know. So I'm going to do that for Wednesday's video on Aperitivo 50, which, if you don't know, is our midweek channel, which we started up about a year and a half ago, I think. Can't remember. And on that channel, we tend to... So the videos go out on a Wednesday at 5:30 Italian time, and we tend to go a little bit more in depth into one particular subject. So sometimes it's a recipe, sometimes we're having a conversation about something, sometimes we're out on a walk, sometimes we sit down and answer questions, and it's just a nice little addition to the channel. So it'd be great if you could go and subscribe there if you want to see a little bit more from us in the middle of the week. We tend to keep those videos a lot shorter because I know that people don't really have time. They're not generally about 15 minutes long maximum, depends. Anyhow, so for this coming Wednesday on Aperitivo 50, we're going to sit down and tell you all of our garden plans and the project that we want to do over here. Explain exactly where the garden is, how big it is, and everything you want to know. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got any more questions, leave them below and we'll get round to them eventually. And we will see you all on Wednesday, or if not, next Sunday back on this channel. Have a good week and thank you for watching.